Hello and welcome to the Aaron Resource Podcast. Today's podcast, like every other day, is about the human interface. What is the human interface? What does the human template look like? What is the Human Genome Project? What is the over 90% of the DNA that humans do not know what to do with? What's in there? What's in that? There's no patterning in there. Could it be something that is multidimensional? Because we're always looking for something physical. Do we know what those other parts of the human being are? I don't think we do. Anyway, so let's just say that you had a discovery, okay? And say you had a discovery that would change the world and every single one in it. And that then was given to a media outlet, okay? So I've spoken before in other podcasts about the projection of changing of timelines, that you're pretty much got hijacked and you're nowhere near where you're meant to be. In fact, you're meant to be in a different place altogether, but decisions make us go to different places. Complacency makes us maybe go to places that we don't want to, but we subconsciously are just taken there. So, let's have a look. Now, if you're not a doctor, you can't go to any medical organisation in the world to get your discovery. So if you've found the cure for cancer and you weren't a doctor, there is no outlet in the world that accepts the information. Do you understand? If you are not a doctor and you just found a miraculous cure for cancer, unfortunately, you don't fit into that system. So what happens is, where do you go? You know what I mean? So just try and bear with me for a sec. So you've just come up with the cure to cancer, right? None of the medical outlets, none of the organisations, because you're not a doctor, they don't even want to talk to you about it. So there's no even discussion point. So therefore, and I tried professors, universities, cancer organisations and governments all around the world, different bodies, influential people, to 600 people, organisations and contacts, and with no avail. So a greater problem was presenting itself as opposed to the original problem, which was the original problem was I had the cure for cancer. So no one wants to know. So what do I do? Do I go back to school? Do I become a doctor? And then I can get it through? I mean, I know scientifically and medically what has happened and what happens to the body, so I can instruct and I can show other people how to do it again and again and again. So it's science and medical backed. You can't get it out there. So a doctor goes to school and learns stuff. I know certain stuff that doctors don't know because they're not taught it. Right? There's stuff that's not in the medical curriculum that I don't want you to know. Why are you all still asleep? Why are you all so fucking so dumb asleep and fucking just happy to go along and be a fucking passenger? I mean, I've seen other things that are happening that's coming up in 2030 where we've fucking got no freedom whatsoever. So I'd be thinking, like, if there was ever a time to fucking stand up and grow an extra pair of balls, it's about now. In history, otherwise you're going to probably find yourselves just, I don't know what you're going to be, like almost robotic type, I guess. You know, the dispositional index was something that I found it's a mathematical formula. So a human being has this disease, and then it depends on what the body's disposition is to what disease it gets and how aggressive, where it gets it, and da. So in that is the dispositional index. We have a whole lot of positive things for a natural system and a whole lot of negative things for a natural system. And in those negative things, there's a whole list. There's hundreds of them. And some of them you're addicted to. And some of them you do every day. And nearly every single person that gets presented with the set of those things says, no, that can't be true. That is not the way. That won't work. And I say to them, look, I promise you, in combination, it does work. I am clearly proof being the first person that did this protocol. So if I'm the first person that did it in 2018, then I can see it. What made me make the decision to give up those habits, right? And I was fucking petrified. Could you imagine being addicted to all these things? Weed, cigarettes, alcohol, every day with this anxiety disorder to bring myself down, ADHD, so I could rest, and then bang, it's off again. And so after so many years, 10 years of this, I then decided I was going to do this 14-day protocol, that I was going to give up cigarettes, weed, alcohol, all these things for 14 days, cold turkey. And that's why I brought the CBD compound into the protocol in the beginning, because I needed something to offset my fucking addictions. I was so scared, and many people that have, been smoking cigarettes or that I've tried to give up, they know what I'm talking about. Addiction's not a fucking great ride, I tell you that much now. It's like something else has got a control of your life and you've got to fucking play with that, and it's quite a negative thing. But hey, I got over a 30-year cigarette addiction just last June, and it's interesting. I'd like to share, how easy it was with the world, but obviously the world is not receptive or able to be receptive to my stuff at the moment. It's a little bit too core truth. It's a little bit too blinding. I am the light. You are very negative, low, dense, fucking negative beings of fucking shit. And I am a beautiful beacon of light, compassionate and kind, and a little bit like the Creator. I have the Creator's essence within me. And more as I become higher in consciousness, I really do embrace his way because I know that it creates that balance which just helps everyone here on earth. So the evil, some of the biggest evils in the world, and I guess the biggest karma in the world, the biggest, I guess at the end of the day, the biggest evil that's hanging on at the moment for dear life, kicking and screaming, is the media. Now, I don't know, I don't want to even get into it. Why the media is so evil, why I've sent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every year press releases, and before that I was in a corporate job where I used to send hundreds of press releases every year, and convention centres and events and winning international awards and all that sort of stuff. So I know the game. But for the last 7 years, since I healed myself, not one media outlet has even acknowledged receiving my email, let alone responding. Now, it's interesting. Media totally ignore, and pharmaceutical companies totally ignore. They don't even acknowledge that this is how fucking much they think that they've got all of us over a barrel. Absolutely fucking, they think that they are in so much control, right? So, and this is hundreds of emails, phone calls, correspondence. So I will send something and I'll ring up, and a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, the girl that answers the desk, the administration, when I explain what I do and what discoveries and stuff, they are fucking blown away, right? Then as it escalates through the organisation or through the whatever it be, government, they're all the same. So the person at the low level, cheapest pay rate that I talk to first is so fucking excited that we've found the cure for cancer. We're going to change the world. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And they can't control their excitement. Oh my God, this is great. I'll come in. I'll get someone to call you back. Then no one calls me back. So I call back the week later, a week after, and I say, oh, da-da-da. And they go, oh yeah, look, we're not going to do anything. I'm like, oh, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just saying I want to share something with you. So I'll tell you what happens. A lot of times, governments and organisations are a little bit different depending on how they handle their information. So one interesting one was, say the media outlet or pharmaceutical companies get a letter from me. It's official, and they pretty much just they don't even think that they feel they need to get back to me. They're just like, well, you just suffer right there where you are, buddy, and eventually you'll go away. Like, we are the juggernaut. We are the ones that have hijacked humanity's well-being, and we'll give it back when we're good and ready. And it's not now, because we're making $330 billion profit from these 3 cancer products. So therefore that is more important than humanity's health. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. And just because you're simple, I don't know, so to say, a way that just because you're a low level consciousness being on earth, just having a bit of an experience, you don't seem to care, don't seem to look at it. And then culturally, it's okay to sit on the fence. It's okay not to have a fucking, a solid opinion about anything. And therefore, what happens is we've just got a whole world full of fucking cowards sitting on fences not wanting to fucking commit themselves to anything. So there's a big difference between responsibility and accountability. And I guess that's going to be the gap is going to be very easy to see over the next sort of coming years, because we're numerology wise and cycling and cycles, we're cycling into something that's sort of never been seen before, and it's already illuminated. I don't know if you noticed, but the last sort of since 2012, there's been a real push for illumination. There is a real movement between all souls on earth. There's something happening within us. There's something being activated within us all. And while it's all very slow, because everything on earth is extremely slow and tedious and dragged out and fucking annoying, there is an accelerated time of shift at the moment, because of the shift that we're in. If you're not aware of things like the precession of the equinoxes and other terms like that, you will be in the future. And you don't know what you don't know, but all you fuckers don't even know fucking 10% of what I know, and you're still fucking telling me what to do. It's just a real fucking disjointed fucking world we live in at the moment, and something's got to give, and it is. I can see universally clear changes and movements that we're coming into. If you can't realise that we were meant for more, for something better, and that you can be better, then it's now your it's funny, because I was going to say now it's your responsibility to stay in that low level shit state where you have a shit life. But the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think maybe your biology's been fucking hacked and marketed to and whatever, and it's keeping you there a little bit longer than what you'd like. I mean, most people, when I was sick, the only reason why I didn't, anyone doesn't do anything is because they don't know how. And I guess you do like to know how, and, I'm lucky. I've been able to get out of it. There's another 300 million people that are not so lucky. And those people are suffering every day with low quality of life, and a lot of them are dying. And I have the information that changes that for them. But, one, I can't get the information to the people because of censorship and the media and pharmaceutical. Maybe they are playing a different game, and it's a fucking evil game. I mean fucking evil. Like, if karma was, such a swift and if it was immediate, all of the people that work there would be dead today. That's how evil that organisation is. The media has hijacked your future. And so while there's 300 million, 400 million people with anxiety disorders being medicated and sick, and over 1 billion people with cancer, right now, that $1 billion people with cancer could be zero right now if we hadn't accepted that timeline change back in the early 1900s. If there was someone pure, higher in consciousness, someone that actually really cared about human people, about the essence of everything that we're about, if there was someone around, they would have went, nah, hang on a minute, mate. I don't know if that's the best possible outcome for us. Yeah, it heals us and it helps us. But does it leave it open for further continuous improvement? Does it leave it open if someone does come up with something else or someone outside of that? And obviously no one's asked those critical questions at that junction point where humanity was therefore going to take a little detour. And the detour, I mean, it was a big fucking thing. So much money. And even an education system was brought into it to make you part of the system. Crazy. Not only is it crazy to think that this, but then to get to 2025 to be sitting here on a podcast talking to you about injustices, how your whole fucking medical tyranny was fucking changed within a moment in time that has led to sickness and death as the growth. And a good portion of you know this. This is the bit that gets me, right? People talk about it. People in government talk about it. People, historians talk about it. They go, oh yeah, about this fucking Rockefeller took over and did this and now, da-da-da. Everyone knows it. Who's fucking changing it? Who's fixing the system? Who's fixing the system that you got hijacked from humanity over 100 years ago? Who is going to fix that? Who would be responsible for fixing that? I think that maybe we need to look at a different system. Do you think that maybe when we set up things 100 years ago, do you think they would be relevant today? If, like what I was saying about consciousness being awareness, being core truth, being knowledge, what we knew 100 years ago is different to what we know today. So don't you think with what we know today, it would be better to make a system for our parliament, for our medical system, for our engineering? Don't you think it would be better based on today's knowledge? I mean, we still have these depleting churches all around Australia. I don't know what they're like in your country, but in this country, all the churches have got fucking maybe a couple of 75, 80-year-olds in there, widows, 7 people in each church every Sunday, priests fucking laughing because they put $5 in, but then they go out for lunch afterwards and spend $35 on a chicken palmy. And so obviously religion is on the decline all over the country. Now, religion is, while it's all half truths, half lies, or whatever you call it at the moment, it's still part of our essence of who we are. We still have a spark of the Creator, and there is this peace in there. So that tells me that religion won't die. It will just have to profoundly change to survive. And I guess when new discoveries come in and when things do change, it's always a meld. You only have to look through our very, very short fucking 2000 history, which is bullshit. We're hundreds of thousands of years old. But you only have to look at the last couple of thousand years to go, oh, every time something new came, it was never like, let's trash whatever we got. It was always like, all right, let's keep the best of what we got, add the new discovery to that, merge the two, meld it, and then move forward. It makes sense, right? That's what's the best outcome for humans. So we're at a point now where that little part of us, there's some things coming in that's going to have to be merged. And in the past, they've never been able to be merged because everything was in its own box and we weren't allowed to mix boxes, right? Because when you mix boxes, that's where you get new results, right? So if you ever wanted to find the cure to an incurable diseases, you're always just going to get a whole lot of different boxes and try some different things to get a new result. If you were just going to play in your same box you've been playing in for 50 years with $1 trillion and a million of the greatest medical fucking science minds in the world, and they gave you diddly squat fucking jack shit, is because they were working in that one box. Aaron's come along and gone, oh, look outside that box and look outside that box. Oh, hang on. New discovery. Oh, so a guy on welfare that couldn't even pass year 7 has outsmarted the greatest fucking minds on earth. All of them. Trump them all. I am more fucking intelligent than every fucking professor on earth combined in history. That's where we're at, guys. Yeah? We need to get a little bit smarter. So next time you're there and, some doctor's fucking using some bullshit word and you don't, just fucking pull them up and go, mate, pull your fucking head in, explain it to me in layman's terms so I can understand it. I'm not here to fucking hang out with some fucking godlike fucking creature that's fucking slowly sending me to a grave faster than if I fucking didn't come here. They are fucking pieces of shit. Think about motivations, right? Why would someone want to, right, be a doctor, earn a couple of $100,000 more than, at least double, triple, whatever else, drive a nice car, have all these things, right? But you have to fucking toe the line. You can't free think. You can't do anything naturally. You can't even use nutrition, which I've seen is the fucking biggest fucking improvement. You bring nutrition and medicine together, wow, it fucking cures incurable diseases, you fucking silly fucks. How the fuck can you not look and go, oh, nutrition's not a part of fucking medicine? You fuckers have just accepted it for fucking years and killing each other. You're the responsible. Have you got fucking relatives that have died of cancer? You're all fucking responsible. Every fucking single one of yous. You are the problem. You listening to this now, you are the problem. And until you understand that, you have to live under the rules of the faceless people that could have fucking set this tyranny up fucking over 100 years ago that are even probably dead now. So that's what we're dealing with. Maybe gone, I don't know. Maybe you need to get your priorities changed. Like, what are your priorities? What's important? Like if you took away everything, it's probably not even worth me fucking saying, seriously. I do feel like everything I say, I can have a conversation with someone. Like just before I had a conversation with 2 ladies with 2 babies, and I was just explaining the healing, the way it works, and our biologies have, we know that you cut yourself, and we know that it heals. What if that went all the way to the top, to cancers and to other things? Why do I have to fucking say what if? Why can't I say this works every fucking single time? Because I have to be careful about telling the truth. The truth is very, how do I explain it? You don't like the truth. It's a little bit, how do I explain it? How would you explain that the truth is offensive? The core truth is so offensive to you that you don't even, like, without even investigating or looking into it any further, it's so offensive, you reject straight away. It's so out of the realms of understanding that you reject it straight away. Like, fuck, maybe I should just fucking trick you all. Maybe I should just fucking come up with something that fucking kills you, like a little bit, like in Australia, right? We have a company which makes fresh juices called Boost Juice. Okay? The reason why it's called Boost, there's a boost part. Some lady thought it'd be cool to make a juice company, really cool one, Boost Juice, in her fucking in her kitchen at home. And while she was doing it, she decided to give it this boost part, which you put the juice into a blender and you blend it. Anyone that's got a fucking brain that can work out some sort of basic common sense knows that if you put freshly squeezed juices, fruit and vegetable into a blender, it accelerates the oxidization and it starts to deteriorate the nutrient level of the drink, which means that every Boost juice that's served in Australia is serving less than more than 50% of that juice's nutrients have been fucking depleted. What sort of a company puts fucking then 250, 300 fucking Boost juice stores all around the country in every fucking shopping mall and serves people food with and while they're doing it in the process, they take out over 50% of the nutrients of the food and then hand it over? For fuck's sake, is that part of the problem or is that part of the solution, do you think? What do you think? Why hasn't anyone fucking said anything? Why hasn't any scientist come and gone, hang on a minute, this is not right. You guys are fucking not helping here. You're actually fucking depleting the fucking thing. Why is it that electromagnetic field affects cells, tissues, organs, all sorts of stuff, and it's been known, and there's studies, and they've been around for 50 years, and but, I put a research study, and I say, look, the causes is part of it, and there's a lot of causes, and this is one of them. So then, it's in our phones. It's affecting every single one. It's depleting our fucking immunity in every single one of us that holds a phone. Then, let's go and get a fucking Tesla car. Right? I've fucking tested those fucking things. Under charge, out of charge, driving along. Oh my God. You want a fucking death trap? Get one of those. Then there's all these other studies. They're lowering testosterone. It's doing exactly what everything else does on Earth. Everything that you are marketed to depletes your immunity. It brings you down to a level which doesn't make you wake up. It doesn't make you see the possibilities that healing has. The human body, hidden in plain sight, is that your body, given the right conditions, heals itself of everything. if you listen to that comment and that doesn't change your life, you are fucking brainwashed more than I fucking thought. That's the key to life right there. The key to a fucking miracle. The key to you fucking having a life that only fucking can be dreamed of today. And I just gave you the key and you just fucking listened and carried on your life the normal way. Wow. Then you're a fucking piece of shit too. I'm sorry, but I'm starting to learn that there's fucking more pieces of shit than there's fucking actual people that want to fucking help. We are the most selfish fucking race of people in the fucking galaxy. Not only this galaxy, every fucking galaxy in the multiverse. Earthlings right now are seen by the galaxy as a piece of shit. They don't even want to come near us. So, for Bashir, all these other fucking galactic light workers fucking groups, all these fucking wankers going, oh, we'll have fucking, last year they said, Bashir said, oh, at the end of this year, aliens will make contact. Now he's saying next year. Oh, next year it's going to be the year after, is it? You fucking dumb fuck. I'm telling you now, there's not going to be one fucking intergalactic group coming here for fucking a long time. And you know why? Because you're fucking dangerous. Because you've allowed for wars and other things to go on, we are symbiotic. The person that you go to war and you kill, right, is the same spark of the creator that inside of you that's inside of them. You're killing yourself. So why would anyone of our family, our galactic family, we do have family, why would any of them come here so that, what do you think would happen? I don't think they'd even be able to land. There'd be like a fucking full-on war or some shit. We're dysfunctional. We've only killed each other for the last 2,000 years. So we're in our infancy. We're fucking nowhere near, like if each planet has a million year fucking to graduate, we're not even in the fucking 10% range. We're a long way from where we're meant to be, guys. But you've allowed this to happen. You've allowed it to go on, and now you have to fucking wake the fuck up and course correction. Right? Yeah, I'm going to help you. Yeah, I'm going to fucking whip a few you fucking pricks into line. Yeah, I'm going to comment on shit. Yes, I'm going to fucking, because if you're happy in this little bubble of yours and it's killing you, then I'm going to make sure that that bubble bursts, basically. I've seen signs of things that say that there's changes imminent. This is on its way. And it is. So, good luck.